mu r, you think mu as a one term and r as a one term. There are two left hand side similar on the right hand side. So one as one term and x as another term. That is simple idea to know without any confusion in future. Okay, so the next one is okay, energy stored in the magnetic field. Okay, similarly we have seen in the electric field what is the energy stored in the electric field. Okay, in the similar manner we see what is the energy stored in the magnetic field. Okay, energy stored in magnetic field. Again, you know that the inductor works on the principle of magnetic field. Similarly, the capacitor works on the principle of electric field. Okay, first of all, what is the energy stored in the inductor? Okay, energy stored in the inductor. Okay, energy stored in the inductor is energy stored in inductor. Energy stored in the inductor is equal to 1 by 2 Li square. Again, you get confusion. What is I actually? Because in inductor initially there may be some current, finally there may be some other current. Okay, so inductor where I means where I generally denotes I max. Okay, maximum current that is flowing on the inductor at any point of time. What is the energy stored in the inductor? What is the maximum current in that inductor? Sometimes the current may be reducing. Okay, so on that time so this is like what is the maximum energy that can be stored in the inductor? The maximum energy that can be stored in the inductor depending on what is the maximum current that can flow on the inductor. Okay, so this is the idea. That means what when initially so this is something related with circuit analysis. Okay, whenever you are having inductor, say whenever you are having inductor, okay, really you are giving some source. Okay, say I instantaneous current. Say the current may be 0 in the beginning, or even if it's DC current. Okay, even if it is DC current, instantaneously you cannot change the current across the inductor because energy in the inductor initially is 0. And the energy in the inductor is 0, definitely the current, the initial current that is present in the inductor has to be 0 according to this formula. Okay, what formula is telling? Whenever the energy on the inductor is something like 1 by 2 I square, I am taking it as instead of I can put I of t, then it will be very clear. Instead of I can put I of t. Okay, uh, I of t, because current itself depends on that. When so I equal to 0, what is the meaning of that? Whenever there is an inductor, when you connect the source, very beginning, in the very beginning, I is equal to plus 0 or I equal to 0 plus. Okay, I plus 0, I equal to 0 plus. Okay, just after 0, just after you connected the energy sources to the inductor, really the current will be 0. Really the current will be 0. So as the time progresses, okay, this is something like a time t is equal to 0 plus. Okay, just after some time, say after 1 second, maybe there may be some energy, 1 joule. For example, I'm writing. So definitely there may be some current. There will be increased current. Okay, current would have been increased. Okay, so again after few seconds, really energy also increased because current also would have increased much. Okay, final at t is equal to infinite, energy stored in the inductor is energy maximum. The current across the inductor is I infinite. That is a maximum current that can flow on the inductor. That is a maximum current that can flow on the inductor. So in circuit analysis, you will see that uh, whenever there is an inductor, when we are connecting some source to the inductor, the initial current of the inductor is 0. The final current is a that it can flow on the inductor. Okay, so again, finally it may act as a short circuit. And one more analogy here is, as initially it is allowing 0 current. Whenever the system allows 0 current, okay, that will be considered as a open circuit. That will consider as a open circuit. Whenever the system allows maximum current, that time that particular circuit will be assumed as a short circuit. Okay, that's why in circuit analysis you will see in the beginning replace the open circuit. At final, you will replace by the short circuit. So inductor acts as a open circuit in the beginning, and it acts as a short circuit in the end, and it acts as a short circuit in the end. Okay, so in detail we will see in circuit analysis. Okay, now this much is enough here. So now, what is the energy density of the magnetic field? What is the energy density of the magnetic field? Energy density. You have seen what is the energy in electric field? Okay, what is the energy density of the magnetic field? Okay. Okay, what is the density of the? Okay, so the energy density means energy per unit volume. Okay, energy density is equal to 1 by 2 mu h square. Okay, yesterday we have seen what is the energy density due to the L field, 1 by 2 epsilon E square. Once if you remember that, directly you can write instead of epsilon, you can write 2, instead of E, you can write H. Okay, how you can modify this? You can write 1 by 2 B is equal to R, because H can be replaced by B by mu. So 1 by 2 B square divided by mu. So then what is the energy? So energy in the magnetic medium, magnetic field due to magnetic field is 1 by 2 integration B dot dH dV, B dot dH dV. And again, you are telling energy. Energy means what, sir? Joule. Energy means joule. So you try to prove that joule is equal to joule. Okay, this side you are having BH and volume integral. Finally, you know what is the unit of B, and you know what is the unit of H. Then finally you prove that joule is equal to joule. Joule is equal to joule. Okay. Next, next Laplacian equation for magnetic field. Laplacian equation for magnetic field. Okay, you know that what is the Laplacian equation for electric field? In case of electric field, the Laplacian equation of electric field is equal to del square V is equal to 0. Okay, del square V is equal to 0. Okay, or otherwise Poisson equation. Poisson equation is del square V is equal to minus rho by epsilon. Del square V is equal to minus rho by epsilon. So similarly here, what is the Laplacian equation for magnetic field? Okay, you know that in magnetic field, okay, in magnetic field, del dot B is equal to 0. Okay, that means what is another form of this one? Integral B dot ds for closed surface is always 0. Once if del dot B is equal to 0, B can be replaced by mu h. Definitely the del dot h also 0. Del dot h also 0. Okay, so once if del dot h is 0, how I can replace h? H can be replaced by minus del Vm, where Vm is the scalar magnetic potential, where Vm is what's a scalar magnetic potential. Okay, so once H is equal to minus del Vm, then del square, okay, del square scalar magnetic potential is equal to 0. This is the Laplacian equation for scalar magnetic potential. Laplacian equation for scalar magnetic potential. Okay, so actually in electric field, what we have seen in electric field, del cross E is equal to 0. Okay, del cross E is equal to 0. Then what is E? E is equal to minus del V. E is equal to minus del V. So here del cross E is 0, but whereas here del dot H is 0. That is some kind of similarity is there. Okay, some kind of similarity. Del here cross product, here dot product, because this is electric field, this is magnetic field. Okay, there may be change in the dot and cross product. That's okay. So del cross E is equal to 0, and again here del dot H is equal to 0. H is equal to minus del Vm. Okay, where what is Vm? Vm means scalar magnetic potential. Okay, what is Vm? Vm means scalar magnetic potential. So then del square Vm equal to 0. That means this is a Laplacian equation for scalar magnetic potential. Okay, scalar magnetic potential. Now, now what is the vector magnetic potential? This is very important. So scalar magnetic potential also you may or may not remember, because in the exam they generally don't ask the questions from scalar magnetic potential, but vector magnetic potential is very important, because the antenna theory concept itself begins from the vector magnetic potential. So that's why in the exam they will ask mostly vector magnetic potential. Okay, vector magnetic potential. Okay, vector magnetic potential, that is denoted as a vector, a vector. Okay, because really that is a vector. Okay, the notation is a. Whenever you find a in electromagnetics, that is denoting the vector magnetic potential. Vector magnetic potential. It is something tricky, because you know already potential, but something new here. The potential itself is having some vector, some directional nature, that is called as vector magnetic potential. Okay, so to begin with, this formula you should know always. C D G, whenever there is C D G, you can first calculate the curl, then divergence, then definitely answer is 0, or first gradient, then you calculate the curl, then really the answer is 0. In which one we have to apply here? First one or second one? Anybody? In which identity we have to take to proceed with here? Anybody? Let's check your understanding. First one or second one? Anybody? Now I'm going to apply any one of the identity, because both identity will give you the 0. Okay, both identity will give you the 0. Which identity
second,
should I
sir.
apply? Why second? What
Del
about
cross
others?
A vector.
First of all, you should know identity is for vector field or scalar field. Very clearly I told on the day, one is for vector field and another one is for scalar field. Very clearly I have told. You are telling second, can you apply the gradient for a vector field? Huh? Can you apply the gradient for the vector field? You cannot apply. See, please be careful about this one, sir. See, whenever you are having CDG, this is for vector. This is for scalar. Okay, the first one is for vector and the second one is for scalar. Okay, for scalar only you can calculate the gradient, then only you can take the curl. For vector only you can calculate the curl, then you can take the divergence. That is the idea. Yes, sir. புரிஞ்சுங்களா?
Okay.
Yes, okay. So definitely I have to apply the first identity. So first I will take the curl, then I take the divergence. Okay, so del cross A, del okay is equal to 0 definitely, but one thing is very clear, for del dot B also 0. For a magnetic field anywhere on the space, del dot B is also 0. Then from this equation it is very clear. And again, please remember, the A can be anything actually. The A can be anything. So you can take any A, first you calculate the curl, then you take the divergence, then finally you will get 0. A can be anything, but del dot B is equal to 0 for any magnetic field. Finally what happens? Del cross A, finally B is equal to what, sir? B is equal to del cross A. Finally B is equal to del cross A. Very important. Finally B is equal to what, sir? Del cross A. That means what? Once if you know the vector magnetic potential, you can calculate what? magnetic flux density. Once if you know the magnetic flux density, you can calculate H. Okay, you can calculate H. So B is equal to del cross A. B is equal to del cross A. Once if you know the vector magnetic potential, you can calculate B, magnetic flux. Okay, once if you know magnetic flux, then you can calculate magnetic field H. This is the idea actually. In general, in antenna theory, what we will calculate first? First we will calculate A, sir. First we will calculate A. From A we will calculate B. From B we will calculate H. Okay, antenna theory means what? What is circuit analysis? Circuit analysis means finding the current and voltage anywhere on the circuit. Similarly, what is antenna analysis? Finding the magnetic field anywhere on the space. Once if you know the magnetic field, really you can find out the electric field. Okay, with the help of the Maxwell equation. Okay, because del cross H is equal to dou D divided by dou T is there. With the help of that, you can calculate the electric field also. So this is very important. Okay, so B is equal to del cross A. Another conclusion. Now finally, what is the unit of A? What is the unit of A? Anybody? You know the unit of B. So unit of B is what, sir? Weber per meter square. What is the unit of A? What should have been the unit of A? Anybody? Just apply the mathematics. That's it.
Weber per meter, sir.
Yes, very good. Weber per meter. Unit of A is Weber per meter, because once if there is Weber per meter, when you apply one more differentiation, then Weber per meter square comes. Okay, the unit of A vector magnetic potential is Weber per meter. Okay, next, Poisson equation for magnetic field. Okay, for this some derivation is there. I'm not doing the derivation. Okay, so the Poisson equation for magnetic field is not magnetic field, that magnetic vector potential. Okay, magnetic vector potential. Okay, magnetic vector potential. So del square A. Poisson means you cannot have zero, sir. Laplace means you can have zero. Poisson means you cannot have zero. Definitely there should be something. That something is mu naught into J bar. J bar means what? Current density. J bar means what? Current density. So what is the Poisson equation in case of electric field? Del square V is equal to minus rho divided by epsilon, minus rho V divided by epsilon. Volume charge density, volume charge density. Okay, it is something like that. Okay, whenever you are having volume charge density, instead of volume charge density, you are having current density. Okay, you are having current density. Okay, instead of epsilon, you are having mu naught. Instead of epsilon naught, here you are having mu naught. These are all some simple idea to remember the formula, because most of the time you know this formula. Very simply, you can remember this also. Okay, now what is the vector magnetic potential due to current element? Okay, because I have told you like this. First you know A, from A you can calculate B, from B you can calculate H. Then I should know what is A. I should know what is A. So what is vector magnetic potential due to the current element? Okay, so the next topic is what is A bar are due to current element. Due to current element, small current element, DL. Okay, what is A bar due to the current element? Okay, so the A bar is equal to integral line integral, closed line integral, mu naught IDL divided by 4 pi R. Again, you know the unit of A bar is Weber per meter. This formula is something new, but with the help of old formula that is present in electric field, you can remember this. Okay, so what is the voltage potential due to point charge? That is Q divided by 4 pi epsilon R. Okay, so what is Q? Q means here source. Here, what is source? Ideal is the source. Ideal is the source. Okay, instead of Q, you are having ideal, and that too ideal is a small source. Okay, what is the full source? Integral ideal. Integral L ideal is the full source. Okay, so instead of Q, what is there? Instead of Q, here integral ideal is there, because ideal is a small element. Okay, what is the total length that will be given by the integral? So integral ideal. So instead of Q, Q is the source. Here also ideal is the source, but ideal is a smaller one. Okay, if you want to have a complete source, that is integral ideal. Instead of epsilon, here epsilon is there in the denominator. Instead of epsilon, here mu naught is there in the numerator. Okay, mu naught. Next, 4 pi r r. Okay, that's it. So this is a simple way to remember this formula. Okay, so integral mu naught ideal 4 pi r. Okay, how you can remember? First, you write this formula, q divided by 4 pi epsilon r. You know that this can be written as integral dq. You can write it like this. Okay, 4 pi epsilon r. From this formula, what you can write? Okay, so again 1 by epsilon generally replaced by mu divided by 4 pi r. Dq can be replaced by ideal, again integral. So this is the vector magnetic potential. This is the vector magnetic potential is equal to integral mu ideal divided by 4 pi r Weber per meter. This is the simple way to remember. Why? Because this is very, very important. This is the starting point for antenna. This is the starting point for the antenna. You take the textbook, antenna textbook, you see that when they started deriving the electric field and magnetic field due to the antennas, lambda by 2 dipole or Hertzian dipole, then this will be the beginning. Okay, the vector magnetic potential will be the beginning for that calculation, for that length derivation. Okay, similarly, what is the vector magnetic potential due to the surface current? Okay, very simply, you can replace that integral by the surface. Once if it is a surface, the vector magnetic potential is equal to surface mu. What is surface current? K is the surface current. Okay, so ds divided by 4 pi r. 4 pi r Weber per meter. Okay, Weber per meter. And ideal can be replaced by, in the first equation we have seen ideal can be replaced by jdv, because what is the unit of current? Ampere. Meter, what is the unit of this one? Ampere per meter square. This is meter cube. So both are getting ampere per meter, ampere meter. Okay, you know that current element value is ampere meter. Okay, so ideal can be replaced by jdv. Okay, from the first equation, if you replace ideal, instead of ideal, you can put jdv. Okay, so again, once you put jdv, then it becomes volume integral. So mu naught j divided by 4 pi r volume integral dv Weber per meter. Okay, what I'm writing? Initially, I know that integral mu naught ideal divided by 4 pi r. This integral ideal I'm replacing volume integral j dv. Okay, that's it. Okay, these are all magnetic vector potential due to the current element or various current format, current density or sheet carrying the current. Okay, these are all simple formulas. In the exam, they may directly ask this. That's it. Okay, so next, what is magnetic torque and what is magnetic moment? Okay, what is magnetic torque and what is magnetic moment? You know what is dipole moment? Dipole moment means simply charge and distance qd. Now we'll see what is the magnetic torque and magnetic moment. Okay, so next one is magnetic torque and magnetic moment. This is something a little bit tricky, but please listen carefully. Okay, first of all, you should know what is torque. What is the real meaning of torque? from the physics point of view. What is torque? Torque means like a rotational force. Okay, what is torque? Torque means what? Rotational force. Okay, then what is moment? Okay, you know from the basics of moment, what is moment? P is equal to mv. Okay, P is equal to mv. So whenever object having the mass moving with the velocity v, then it is having some momentum. Actually, it will have some energy, kinetic energy. That the another parameter to define that is momentum. It is having some momentum. If it is in a steady state, if it is not moving, then velocity is zero. The momentum is zero. If it is moving, more the velocity, more the momentum. Okay, more the velocity, more the momentum. Okay, so momentum is another way to define the energy or work. So similarly, what is the torque? Torque is the rotational force. Okay, because if at all the object has to move in this direction, say if it is moving with velocity v, then definitely there should be some force on that object. There should be some force. Okay, so here it is a simple force that is acting in a linear direction. Sometimes the force may act in a rotational direction. Force may act in a rotational direction. That will be denoted as a torque. Okay, so what is torque? Torque means what's a rotational force. Please, torque means rotational force. What is torque? Torque means rotational force. Okay, so now I take a loop. Okay, current loop, square current loop. I take a square current loop. Wait. I take a square current loop like this. Okay, now my magnetic field is in this direction. Okay, now magnetic field is in this direction. This is my direction of the magnetic field. Okay, so this is my direction of the magnetic field in the yellow color. Now my current is flowing in the loop, in the square loop. This is my square loop. My current is flowing in this way. My current is flowing in this way. Okay, now my current is flowing in this way. Now somebody tell me, whenever my current flows in this direction here, because only one current will it flow in this direction, then it goes here, then it comes here. Okay, whenever the current is in this direction, what happens? Okay, once the current flows in this direction, what is happening? What will be the direction of the force? Okay, the magnetic field is in this direction. The current is flowing in this direction. Yesterday we have seen what is the force due to the current. Force is equal to current vector into magnetic field vector. Okay, what is the direction of the current? In the first case, this is the first case I am analyzing. Okay, so current is flowing in the Z cap direction. Current is flowing in the Z cap direction. Okay, Z cap direction. Then what is the direction of the magnetic field? That is Y cap direction. Direction of magnetic field is Y cap direction. Then what is this value? Z cross Y means minus X cap. Z cross Y means what? Minus X cap. Then what is minus X cap? My force will be really going inside the screen. Okay, what is minus Z cap? The force will be going really away from you. Okay, then you can see the tail of the arrow. Okay, so once if you are able to see the tail of the arrow, then that will be denoted as cross. Okay, cross means what? The force is going inside. The force is going inside the paper. Force is going inside the paper. So similarly, what happens in this side? Okay, for this current, what happens? What is the direction here? So F is equal to I cross B. My I is going in the minus Z cap direction. my B is in y cap direction, that definitely then this is in x cap direction. Then what happens? Really that force will be coming towards you. Okay, it will come to your eyes. It will be coming away from the screen, coming out of the screen. So really the in this side, the force will be in this way. The force will be in this way. Similarly, then you try to analyze what is the force due to the current in this direction, what is the force due to current in this direction. Okay, it's very clear whenever the current and magnetic field is in the same direction, then force is zero. Yes, sir. Whenever I bar and V bar is in the same direction, say for example, here it is in this case, here it is in minus y cap direction. This is like y cap direction. Really, the force is zero. Similarly, for the upward one, also force is zero, because where you will get y cap with y cap. Okay, because force and current are in the same direction. Really, the force is zero. Okay, that's why I am analyzing only the left hand side and the right hand side. Here, the force due to this direction of the current is zero. Here also the force due to this current is also zero. Okay, then what is happening? What is happening? Force is really going inside. Say in a two-dimensional paper I am drawing. Just to try to understand this. Okay, so or otherwise in a three-dimension also I can draw it. Okay, so suppose again instead of square loop I am simply writing a simply line, some line. Okay, simple line. Okay, if it is like this, okay, so one way the force is going in this way, one way the force is going, this is the direction of minus x cap. In another way the force is coming in this way, this is the direction of minus x cap. Okay, it makes some kind of rotation, it makes some kind of rotation. Okay, when the rotation will happen, whenever you are having some object, if on the at the end of the object, if the forces are acting in the opposite direction, definitely it will create some kind of rotation. Definitely it will create some kind of rotation. That force, particular force is called rotational force. That particular force is called rotational force. So that rotational force I am calling it as we are calling it as a torque. Okay, the rotational force is called as a torque. Again, what is the torque value? Torque value depends on the current. More the current, more the torque. Again, you know that more the area of the loop, more the torque. Okay, because more the area, more force you will get. If at all it is getting rotated, then more work you will get. So more the area, more the torque. Okay, and again it also depends on the magnetic field. Okay, more the magnetic field you will get more torque than sine theta. Then sine theta. Again, the theta is crucial here. What is sine theta? Okay, what is sine theta? Some new factor comes. The theta is angle between the theta is the angle between. Okay, what is theta? Theta means angle between B bar and n cap. N cap means what? Surface vector. N cap means surface vector. What is the surface? That loop is your surface. What is the surface vector to that loop? Yes, this is your surface vector. Okay, what is the surface vector with this to this loop? Anybody? No idea. Clearly the plane is the loop is placed on the YZ plane. Very clearly the surface vector is in the x cap direction. Really that is coming either x cap or minus x cap. Okay, either x cap or minus x cap. Okay, so here in our case, what is n cap? N cap can be either x cap or minus x cap. That is the surface vector. Now please tell me what is the angle between these two, sir? In our case, what is the angle? Clearly, very clearly, this is in YZ plane. This is x cap vector. Definitely the angle is 90 degree. Okay, angle is 90 degree. Okay, so now in our case, the angle is theta is equal to 90 degree. Whenever it is 90 degree, you will get maximum torque. Okay, whenever it is 90 degree, you will get the maximum torque. Okay, if the theta varies, if theta becomes 0, then you will get 0 torque. You will get 0 torque. When the theta will become 0, when the theta will become 0, if it is getting rotated, okay, if it is getting rotated, say it is getting rotated, it is coming towards your eyes, then that time the surface vector will be in y cap direction. Okay, please imagine this is itself is getting rotated. Once if it rotates by the angle of 90 degree, okay, say once if that loop rotates with the angle of 90 degree, definitely this will come something like this at some point. Okay, once if it is rotating, okay, whatever that is available like this, that will become like this after 90 degree. Then really, what is the n cap direction? Really, the n cap direction is y cap. N cap direction is y cap. Now, your magnetic field also in a y cap direction. Your magnetic field also in a y cap direction. Now, what is the force? Now, the force is 0. Now, what is the force? Now, force is 0 because theta is 0. As per the formula, the theta is 0. So, force is 0. Okay, so finally, the torque is equal to what, sir? IAB sin theta. IAB sin theta. Now, from this, we'll proceed. Okay, IAB sin theta. Okay, my torque T is equal to IAB sin theta. IAB sin theta. This is one thing because this really tells what is your direction of the magnetic field. Okay, what is your direction of the magnetic field, and this is I into A. This IA is called as magnetic moment. This I into A, product of I into A, is called as magnetic moment. Magnetic moment. Okay, magnetic moment means what? Product of I into A. I into A. What is the dipole moment? Q into D. What is the dipole moment? Q into D. Instead of Q, you are getting I. Instead of D, you are getting A. A means what, sir? Area. A means what? Area of the loop. Okay. Instead of, please remember QD formula, then you can remember this one. Instead of Q, you can put I. Instead of D, you can put A because that loop forms the area. So finally, it is I into A. Okay, finally. So then what is the unit of magnetic moment? What is the unit of magnetic moment? That is ampere meter square. Okay, ampere meter square. What is the unit of magnetic moment? That is ampere meter square. Okay. Now, can I write this in some other way? Okay, some other way. That is this can also be written like this. Okay, this is m cap. Again, what is the direction of m cap? The direction of m cap is IA, and really this is n cap. What is the direction of IA? That is n cap direction. N cap. N cap means what? Whatever the loop that you are having at the particular time, what is your surface vector? Okay, IA into n cap. Okay, IA into n cap. So finally, what is T vector? What is T vector? T vector can be written as m vector. T vector can be written as m vector cross product with m vector cross product with the b vector. Finally, T vector is equal to m vector cross product with the b vector. You know what is, again, whenever you are having cross product, this is like mb sin theta. This is like mb sin theta. Now what is theta? Theta is angle between m and b. Theta is angle between m and b. What is the angle of m? That is n cap. Okay. What is the angle of m? That is n cap. So what is theta? Theta is angle between m bar. What is the direction of m bar? That is n cap. Angle between n cap and b bar. Okay, what is theta? Theta is angle